Hey guys, I'm the Crazy Dane, and today I want to talk about some of the changes on the Battlefield 4 CTE servers and some of the changes that might appear in the upcoming spring patch. The reason I say might appear is because there's still a lot of testing to be done to figure out what's best to include and what shouldn't be included. Starting off, there's been a few changes to the jungle map on CTE ever since my last video from CTE, and there's been added a heck of a lot more trees, bushes, general foliage, and a hell of a lot more rocks and boulders, plus a ton of additional cover around the map. The E flag has gotten some additional cover in the form of a huge boulder and a truck, so you have some more cover to hide behind when you're assaulting the point or defending. The A flag has gotten 3 new buildings inside the concrete fence, which was something I talked about in the last CTE video that I made, that I'd like to see more cover at this point because it's very hard to defend but easy to assault. So now it should level the playing field a bit more while still looking great. I've had tons of fun defending and assaulting this point. It feels a lot more balanced now. The B flag, where the big waterfall is at, has gotten a big Mayan looking temple of some sort. It's still very early development, but it holds great potential. There's cover around the main floor of the temple so you can defend against assaulting players trying to capture the point from you, or if you're the assaulting team you can go into the pool by going beneath the temple in some serial-like tunnels that goes into the main pool, where you can burn the flag and even take out some of the guarding players. This temple feature looks very promising, and I can't wait to see the finished product, but I'd still like to see some additional tunnels going into the main structure of the temple itself and into the mountain behind it, and out one or both sides of the temple, or even an underground passage allowing for multiple points of assault for the B flag. DICE also has in mind to take the waterfall and make it way more beautiful and, well, bigger and more majestic, and this isn't some sort of innuendo, but anyway, they want to add some more fog for visual cover and for the visual pleasure, of course, so it doesn't look as whimsy and as, how do I put this nicely, and as sad as it does now. The C flag got some additional broken rock buildings here and there to provide additional cover, while the huge mountain just next to the C point has been removed. Now there's just a hill with a lot of trees and rocks, removing a lot of the sniper camping from that given spot to make room for way more tactical approaches to take the C flag. The CTE team have also introduced some testing of the tick rate, or whatever you call it, but this is to make the registration of bullets and movement a lot quicker, smoother, and, well, more snappier. We've probably all been in the trade kill scenario or getting killed around a corner, but right now it's nothing compared to the launch of Battlefield 4. They are currently testing a 60 Hz refresh rate or tick rate and a 120 Hz tick rate to try and solve the issue with the poor netcode related issues that we've had for, well, ever. I really hope that DICE is gonna be able to implement the 120 Hz to make Battlefield 4 way more responsive and somewhat on par with Counter-Strike Go's tick rate, which is great to say the least, so I hope they'll make this happen soon. DICE LA is also taking a look at the balancing issue we have in Battlefield 4. You know, the one where the opposite team has got a lot of awesome skilled players and your team, well, can't even figure out which way to point the gun. So they've set up a feature to balance players so their skill is somewhat even on both teams. I don't know how this works exactly, but it's currently up and running on CTE. My only hope with this is that you will not get separated from your friends when playing a game. It would really suck if myself or my teammate ends up getting balanced to the opposite team constantly so we can't play together. So I really hope that they'll balance entire squads so people can play with their friends without additional frustration due to this balance feature. But that aside, I think that this is a great feature and I really hope that it'll work as intended. this would make it a great addition to the game. There's also gonna be some weapon changes in the spring patch to balance out some of the things that has been implemented to the game ever since the damage reduction on most of the weapons in game. Some of the changes will be balancing out the lock-on anti-air rocket launchers to match up with the recent maneuverability changes for choppers in Battlefield 4. The spring patch will also rework the suppression system, so you will not suppress players in close and medium range, but only when the bullet drop-off has reached its peak. So you're only going to suppress players when your weapon damage has reached its minimum and not any closer than that. Shotguns will shoot way more pellets per shot, but the damage will be reduced per pellet. This is to make the spread way more consistent and on par with Battlefield 3, where you could actually rely on a shotgun rather than the shot-lock gun we've got presently in Battlefield 4, because they aren't reliable at all. Sniper rifles will have a lot of changes made, especially to their muzzle velocity, the drop-off damage, the bullet drop, and the magazine size, and there's tons of additional features here, but there's just way too much to list. And all of this is to even them out and make more of them a viable choice and unique. Last but not least of these changes will affect almost all of the weapons in the game. So this is probably the biggest change to come, and I'm talking about the headshot multiplier. The new headshot multiplier will be 2.13, so you can get a 2-shot headshot kill up close. And this will probably affect all carbines, most LMGs and assault rifles. So now you will be rewarded a lot more by aiming at the head, even with some of the lower RPM weapons out there. This will even the playing field a bit more, I'd say, between different types of weapons and players, because even an average or less than average player can actually win firefights if they go for the head, or, well, at least get lucky. And I know you should always go for a headshot at all times, but now you're being rewarded even further by doing so. I can't really go into detail with all of these changes because nothing is set in stone yet, but once the patch hits, I'll be able to give you concrete details. I'm gonna finish off with saying that at the end of May, you will be able to test a very early alpha prototype of the veteran maps coming to Battlefield 4. You know, the ones we voted for to come back from Battlefield 2 and 3 to go into Battlefield 4? So far, I don't know if we are only able to test one map at the end of May, or maybe more than one. But I'm excited for this, and I can't wait to see what maps they decided to bring back to Battlefield 4, and how they will look at the end, of course. They are very early prototypes, so they'll be nowhere near the finished product, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, that's it for this time, guys. I hope you found this info useful, and now you should be a bit more updated on the current path of the DICE LA team and CTE. Leave a comment below with your opinion on these potential changes and what you think should or could be done or shouldn't be done to improve the game in this patch. So yeah, that's it for this time, guys. Don't forget to share with your friends, like and subscribe for more and future content on my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.